Hey guys, thank y'all for joining. We got some topics that we're gonna breeze through this morning. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Happy Saturday to everyone. The weekend is here. Hallelujah, right? Let's get into it. We're gonna be talking a little bit about Nolan Wells this morning. Teyana Taylor calls out Iman Shumpert, her ex-husband. Latto is responding to Charleston White, calling her out for messing with a married man and having a baby by a married man, saying that she has pretty privilege and she feels like she can be with a married man and nobody can say anything to her. Like he just really went off on her yesterday. We'll take a look at that again. Tasha K and Claressa Shields is going at it. Simon versus Porsha, child. It's a lot of mess going on. I said, oh my God, let me jump in and catch up on the mess. But of course, everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay, let's jump into it. I'm not sure why that's active. StreamYard has been, let's see. Hold on, guys. Okay, remove. Why is that doing that? Trying to make this big. All right, hold on, guys. Let me play with something right quick. Oh, StreamYard gets on my nerves. Oh, the worst, the worst. Let's see, share. Stop sharing. Let's see. Still not doing it? I don't know. There we go, maximize. Boom. Figured it out. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the show, all right? Because there's a lot going on. So let's go ahead and get into Al Sharpton talking about Nolan Wells, not friends, parents coming after them for the lawsuit. He said he's not worried, and he says that he's willing to depose anyone under oath if they comes for him. And of course, Crump as well, okay? Ben Crump, who is the attorney for Nolan Wells and his family. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, let's get into what Al Sharpton had to say. He dares the Mississippi lawsuit in the Nolan Wells case. He said he dare y'all to come for them. All right. He says, bring it. He's not scared. He said that he will, or we will, depose you under oath. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Trying to find out what happened. If you can't join with us, then you trying to have your 50,000 based on conditions. Ours is unconditional. Then another one talking about they're going to sue us. Sue us. Well, let me tell you something about lawsuits. If you sue us, which would be something that I would welcome, because then we get our attorney, and you as plaintiffs would have to come in and be deposed. And I'd like to depose all of those involved, so they would have to tell us what they did, what they didn't do, under oath. Under oath. So bring in, you can drop it off right here, the paper's right here in there, so we can get the depose when we trying to find out what happened. If you can't join with us,
let's get to deposing, okay?
Since none of these young boys are saying nothing, you file a lawsuit, they gonna have to say something. And they gonna have to not only talk, I want to see their cell phone logs. I want to see all their social media. Let's open it up. Let's let it go. Since
none, they said they're not worried about no damn lawsuit. So y'all see, like I told you guys, Warren's parents have lawyered up. They have started this Give, Send, Go to where they're raising money. It's they're trying to get a goal of $200,000 to go after anyone that's saying anything about them as related to this case. They've done a lot of suspicious stuff. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all immediately lawyered up. Y'all immediately shut down your social medias and all of these things once Nolan's body was found, and that's very suspicious to me, because if y'all are his friends and y'all want to know, like everybody else, what happened to him, that's a little suspicious. That's what suspicious people do, start hiding things and taking things down and deleting things, right? It's very suspicious how Nolan has nothing in his phone and nobody knows anything about it, but you guys were the last people to have your hands on his phone, Wyatt and Warren. okay, to your own admission in the race Batum Tatum interviews. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're just gonna get into some updates that I ran across with this Nolan Wells case, and then we're gonna get on into the mess, child. So I'm always trying to keep y'all updated on what's going on with Nolan's case. Everything's kind of moving kind of slow. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're approaching Carmelo Anthony's update for his case. You guys know that that's coming up here. I think it's the 18th and the 19th of this month. So we'll be definitely touching bases on that once it comes up, and we'll let you guys know what the outcome of that is. Okay, but let's continue on. According to Black Information Network, Nolan Wells' case, it says that the United Cajun Navy releases a new report. So the United Cajun Navy has released a 22-page report detailing information gathered during its search for 18-year-old Nolan Wells, saying that the document is meant to organize evidence collected by volunteers rather than reach conclusions about his death. Now, according to WLOX, the report has been shared with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, which I don't trust, the district attorney, and Wells' family. It says that it compiles witness accounts, photos, GPS coordinates, social media posts, and other information submitted to the volunteer search organization. Now, according to the Clarion Ledger, it said that the report also outlines a timeline, of Wells' final known movements and identifies several unanswered questions, including what happened between his last confirmed sightings on Horn Island around 3 p.m. on July 4th, and the boat he arrived on departing the island roughly 90 minutes later without him. That's a lie. It says that United Cajun Navy Vice President Brian Tracer says that the report is intended to make the group's findings more accessible while supporting investigators. The report is, they're saying, simply a compilation of the information that we received and documented during our search efforts, Tracer told WLOX. Why ain't nobody been arrested though? Just on suspicion, right? And hold them, and like they do on First 48, question them until they tell something. Now, organizing hundreds of tips into a single document could make it easier for investigators to review the information collected during the search, according to the Clarion Ledger. Okay. All right, so y'all see that. Now, I took the liberty of blowing this up, and these are the things that the investigation is actually focusing on. I'm going to pull that up here in a second so we can all take a look. All right, because I have that up there now. Let's get it up so we can see exactly what they're focusing on. It's just weird to me, this is a whole month. A month and what? A month and a day or so? A month and a few days, rather, that this situation has occurred where Nolan is no longer here. Nobody's been arrested as of yet. I mean, there's so many elements to this case, and there's so many people who are said to be suspects, and they're not arrested, and that's weird to me. Had the shoe been on the other foot, Leroy and Chauncey and them, they asses would have been down, and not Trevor, because I don't know the black people named Trevor. But Tyrone and them, they'd have been down there locked up, okay, with no bond or nothing until they spoke up. Not sure why the white kids still walking around, but let's keep going. So investigative focus says that the central questions are straightforward, but the available records are not yet complete. I don't know what y'all taking so long for. It's right under your nose what's going on. So they're looking at what time, which boats were present, which boats moved, when did they move, who was aboard them, and when did the Triton begin taking on water. Said what happened between Nolan's last independently corroborated sighting and the 1631 departure of the boat on which Nolan arrived at Horn Island. Okay. Analytical premises says that there are remains of a material gap in the timeline. It said that the most useful next steps is not to force a conclusion, but to identify exactly which events are visibly documented, which are reported by witnesses, which are only annotated. What is that? Noted rather, by secondary sources. I done made up a word. And which remain unknown. All right, so they have the executive findings, as you guys can see, all of that. All right, so they're looking for the geospatial anchor, second map point, vessel cluster, embedded time evidence, 431 departure hinge, post 431 witness material, and a late observation. These are things that they're actually looking into. So let's keep going. They're saying here that 7.1 comparative configuration is how they're saying that the boats were lined up, how they dropped anchor. Okay, as you guys can see, I think Nolan was around boats 2 and 3 is what they're saying. They said what this supports is that the vessel engagement is changed between the two depicted configurations if the source labels are accurate. So that what does not yet support the exact time the boat X moved, its destination, its occupants, or whether its movement is related to Nolan's disappearance. These are some things that I pulled. All right, so let's look at some statements. All right, that I screenshot it because these are all important, and I'm just doing these for timestamp references for my channel in case investigators want to know what's going on. Because y'all know they look at social media, they might bypass my page and see this and be like, oh, this is a great piece of the puzzle. Let's take a look into this. So this is why I'm taking all of these things into account and sharing. Okay, so let's get into it. This person named PL is on social media, and they're says, I have not spoken publicly about this before, but I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells from a boat nearby. It says that what I saw has stayed with me, and I believe it's important information. Now, they said that Nolan was not in an altercation. This PL person says that they know about an altercation. Let's get into what they're thinking, or knowing rather. Said, I have provided or intend to provide my account to the appropriate investigators because Nolan's family deserves the truth. Said, out of respect for the ongoing investigation, I won't speculate beyond what I personally observed. So this person is a witness, because if you saw something, that makes you a witness. So it said that I am providing this statement based on what I personally observed. Y'all ready? Says that while I was on a boat near the area, I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells. So this person says Nolan Wells was in an altercation when all of his friends said that he was not, and several other individuals. So that means several people was trying to fight Nolan, probably. Says, I saw what appeared to be an argument that escalated after there was a dispute involving Nolan's phone. So this is why Nolan didn't have his phone, because they were arguing about this phone. Whatever was in this phone, I'm not sure what it was, because magically everything has now been deleted from his phone. But according to this person, there was a dispute involving Nolan's phone. Now, didn't we hear in a video where they were saying Nolan was saying, give me my effing phone? So this person is a witness to it and said that she heard this interaction. So this person goes on to say that I heard Nolan yelling for his phone to be returned. The argument continued after the group reached shore. Said, and I observed a physical fight involving Nolan and multiple people. So it sounds like Nolan was jumped. It sounds like Nolan was jumped according to this person, okay? Said, I also observed a young woman yelling for them to stop. Could that have been Katie? Could that have been Katie? Because the only other woman that and not to say that Katie was the only girl on the damn island, but Katie was, someone who we know was very close to Nolan, obviously. And she knew the rest of the guys that were running in that pack because she dated most of them. Allegedly. So I said, at that point, I left the area because the situation appeared to be getting worse. Said I did not remain long. I did not remain long enough to witness what happened afterwards. Said that everything beyond what I personally observed would be speculation. So I cannot honestly say what occurred after that. So this person is testifying. I'm going to send this over to Ben Crump as well. I don't know if he has it already, but I'm going to send it over today. This person has said that they witnessed with their own eyes that there was an altercation with Nolan and other individuals. All right. So that could explain the red marking on the back of his head. That could explain why they were saying, oh my God, Nolan, is he dead? Check his chest, whatever happened to where they jumped him. Allegedly, whatever happened within that altercation could be why he is no longer here. All right. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Yeah, that's going to be going on over to Ben Crump as well. I think we've already taken a look at this. The Mississippi Marine Patrol form. This is the police report. We've looked at that already. This is the Marine Patrol permission to search the boat. Now, mind you, take a look at the date. This happened on the 4th, so I don't know what the fuck y'all are searching on the 8th for, when I already told y'all at 3 o'clock in the morning on July 4th, they already had somebody out there cleaning the fucking boat. So I don't know what y'all were looking to find on the 8th, because I hear that they had a professional cleaning service for said boat, and that the boat was being cleaned at Warren's, or was it Wyatt, at either Wyatt or Warren's parents' house. Who's the mama's the attorney is Warren. Warren's mother is the attorney, his stepmother rather is the attorney. So they're saying that the boat, Wyatt's boat, was parked out front of Warren's place, and that's where the boat allegedly was seen being cleaned at 3:00 in the morning. So I'm not sure why y'all waited. Maybe it was, maybe y'all did it on purpose to wait that long, knowing who was involved. Y'all giving them some time to clean up their shit. I'm just saying allegedly and hypothetically on the 8th, but I don't know what y'all were expecting to find, because that gives them 4 days to get their shit clean and together, right? So let's keep going. All right, so Warren, this person said that Warren claims to, and I'm just taking screenshots from various pages that I've been snooping on, and that's not a crime, because if you're trying to help solve a case, shit, you got to be nosy just like investigators would be, right? So lucky for me, I'm going on all of these people who have direct connections. These are friends. These are people who went to school with them. These are people that I'm looking at, that I'm getting information from. And yes, I'm saying it right here. And I'm going to continue to do that, because if anything looks suspicious, we are going to get it timestamped on this channel so that anyone that's investigating this case will be able to come back and take a look. All right. So this person says that Warren claims to call the coast for 20 minutes, yet Asia logged a call at 11:45 p.m. on July 4th and sent no one out to search. They said that this time was later corrected, as the initial report states that the missing person report was not placed until July 5th at 10:05 a.m. That's a huge space. If y'all saying it was on July 4th at 11:45, and then y'all changing it to say that the initial missing person report was put in on July 5th, that's the next day at 10:05 a.m. by Bart Edmiston. Why is Bart putting in a missing persons report? I bet he did know he was missing. Because Bart, you were heard on said video where they said, "Damn it, Bart," like you had done something to Nolan, right? So they're saying that Bart Edmiston, who he said he ain't even been, I'm about to show y'all the message. He said he ain't even been in the area for over a year. But you heard on said video, and we're going to play it again, where they're saying, "Damn it, Bart," that places you there. And also Warren, in his interview with Race Batum Tatum, has placed you also on the boat and out there for July 4th. So that's a whole motherfucking lie. His mother also came forward and did a statement on social media that I read to you guys the other day, to say that Bart was not even in the city or in Mississippi during July 4th. That's a whole lie, because why are they talking to you if you're not there? It definitely won't on the phone, because according to Warren, y'all didn't have great cell phone service on the island, which lets me know that during the time that this particular call was called in, you guys had to be out further in the water to get better reception, because it sounded like great reception to me from the 911 call, whatever you want to call it, towboat call, whatever you want to call it, shit. The call sounds very, very clear to me. It was not spotty. It was not frying. It did not have connection issues. It was very, very clear. So Bart, they're saying that Bart placed the missing persons report July 5th at 10:05 a.m. A suspect who claimed to be in Wyoming. Ain't that interesting? So how the fuck you two places at one time? Are you Jesus? Do you have special powers, Bart, that we don't know about? Okay, because your mama said you weren't there. He says he's not there, but you are heard in the video. So now you ain't there. So if you're not there, how are you placing a missing persons report? Because how you know somebody's missing if you're not there? I'm just saying. This shit is funny to me. Okay, so he's saying he was in Wyoming for 1 year and not even present. That's a lie. All right. Thank you, Warren. Thank you, Warren, for placing Bart there. Said that Warren also claimed to call Coast Guards at 11:45 p.m., but stated on Officer Tatum's show that Javon's mother retrieved Nolan's phone at 1 a.m. However, he had not mentioned that he had already called the Coast Guards, and instead told them that he assumed that Nolan was drunk asleep on someone's couch. Now, both of those cannot be true, can they? No. Let's keep going. People are at two places at one time. You see, that's when you get to talking too much. That's when you damn slip get to showing, right? Right. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's look at what Javon had to say. Because I love when I get on here and get the chatter, because then I can compare statements and find out who's lying, right? We can pick out a lie over here. All right, so Javon, which is the little light-skinned guy who went with his mother to get Nolan's phone. You guys remember him. He also did an interview with TMZ as well. We covered that. So Javon says that the people that Nolan was with had two boats tied up together. I'm not sure which boat he rode out on. They were both filled up, apparently, which is why I went out with a completely different group. Let's stop there, because according to what was said, they said that Nolan didn't leave the island. He said he ain't sure which boat he went out on. Okay, so let's keep going. He said that my people's boat was further down on the island. Said that when I last seen, he saw Nolan, was when I said around 3:40 or 4 o'clock. Can't give you an exact time because I didn't have my phone. There was still a big group of people out there. Said that one of my friends got into an altercation and I went to check on him for about 15 to 20 minutes. It said when I came back, the people that Nolan were with was gone and I didn't see Nolan. So the reason why you didn't see Nolan and the people that he was with was gone is because Nolan was on this same boat with them, because we heard them talking to him in the audio that we're going to play here. That's why you didn't see Nolan. You looked everywhere for him. You didn't see him, right? Let's keep going. Said it. Then when they were gone, said, I don't know where he could have been. I don't know. So I head out to the people that I came with. He said, yes, I received my phone later on, if you wonder. Said that, oh, how you didn't see Nolan when you got your phone. Said again, they had two boats out there with the people that he was with. All right, so that's Javon, who is supposed to be Nolan's friend, who also went to the funeral, mind you. He and his twin brother. He has a twin brother, identical twin brother, mind you, as well. They both were there at the funeral. So at least they showed up. Do I feel like that Javon could be withholding some information or maybe covering for someone who could be his friend, who he probably don't want to see go down? Probably, right? I'm not putting anything past these kids, because sometimes when they're friends with these kids and they know they did something really bad, they don't want to tell on them because then it could implicate them as well if they know something. But let's keep going. All right, let's get into Bart. Bart Edmonston is responding to someone at Deadly Lover. Says, hey, I just want you to know that Nolan was a friend of mine. I want justice and the facts to come out. Said that I just want you to know that I love in Wyoming. I don't know what that means. And he was saying that he was in Wyoming and have not been in past Christian for over a year. We know that's a lie, Bart. Bart, we know that's a lie. Okay, you were there. You definitely there. Okay, we could place you there. Your friend is gonna say you were there. I'm gonna play it here in a second too. All right, your friend Warren placed you there, and I'm gonna play it. He says that I grieve for Nolan and want the same as everyone else. Thank you for your support. All right. So Bart is saying he was not there on July the 4th, but we gonna prove you were. All right. So you and your mom and everybody else can damn lie, but we ain't gonna let that shit fly. All right, keep lying, but we ain't gonna let it fly. So let's get into Miss Alasia Spencer, who is also directly connected to them. She is a friend. She is one of the girls who was also at the July 4th pool party. All right. How do I know that? Because I did my homework. Let's get into it. Alasia Spencer says, yeah, just lying, right? Says, bro, no, which is they're talking about Nolan, didn't get into a fight at the island. Said it was our other friend, No, and Wyatt said it did get into an altercation. So Wyatt and Nolan, they're saying, got into an altercation. Right after that, not even 10 minutes later, because Wyatt took his phone and Evan was trying to be hard, said that Nolan was definitely screaming, give me my effing phone back. Said that nigga, what the hell is wrong with you? So they all calmed down. So that's when we heard, or head to Evans, I'm sorry. Said that that's when they headed to Evans' house because he was throwing a pool party. So now we're able to place them all at the pool party, because according to Warren, the pool party picture that was circulating was taken on 6/27. I'm going to prove, which I've already done before, but just for, old time's sake, we're going to prove that the pool party that was alleged to have been talked about where this altercation occurred was on July 5th. So we can place Nolan, I guess, as being alive on that day or have been at the party, because I got the timestamp for the still picture. So let's keep going. All right. So it said that so they all calmed down. So that's when we head to Evan's house because he was throwing a pool party. So yes, No came to the party. And yes, we was drinking, but y'all hear that? She just said Nolan was there. She places him there. No came to the party, and yes, we was drinking, but Wyatt and Evan and Morgan and Andrew was really high, and I think they was trying to get Lucy and Natalia to try some as well. But yes, they got into it again at the pool party, and it didn't end until almost 1 a.m. Let's go back up. Because Warren said he called a missing persons report. Also, we found out that Bart called it a missing persons report as well on July 4th. Why would you do that when Nolan's not missing? Why would we do a missing persons report if Nolan's at a pool party? We just had Miss Anastasia to place Nolan there. Did we not just see that? Let's go back up. Now, there was an altercation that happened where it said that Nolan was asking for his phone. We just heard somebody else say that there was an altercation about Nolan asking for his phone. All right, so Ann said that Evan was trying to be hard and Nolan was definitely screaming, "Give me my effing phone back." Ninja, what the heck is wrong with you? So they all calmed down. So that's when we all head to Evan's house because he was throwing a pool party. All right, so we placed Nolan there. Let's keep going down. We know that the pool party did not end until 1 a.m. She says, I know Evan's mom kicked us all out. Once they started fighting, it was Andrew and Evan and Wyatt and Warren. Warren just did an interview with Race Batum Tatum, was basically recording and laughing. Warren, you got some explaining to do because you were saying that Nolan was your very best friend, like a brother, and that you would have protected him and done anything, and you try to act like you did all this work of trying to find Nolan, but you record Nolan getting jumped in this altercation where Nolan is being antagonized, so you recorded that. Here's the reason why you guys deleted all this shit from y'all phone, because you didn't want it to tie back to you. So let's continue. It says that I know Evan's mom kicked us all out. Once they started fighting, it was Andrew and Evan and Wyatt and Warren was basically recording and laughing, saying, get him. And all I could hear was No screaming, Mom. So yes, I tried helping. Then his mom came out screaming, yelling, drunk. So the mom was drunk too, and make us leave, and was saying that she was going to call the cops on us if we didn't leave her house. So all these niggas are thugs. I don't care what nobody say, all right? Yeah, y'all recording this boy getting jumped, beat up. So let's continue. Said that, but they didn't let No leave. And No was by the basketball goal that was inside the pool, and he was leaning over beside it, gasping for air and spitting up blood. But now his mom know, and I just got off the phone with her. So Miss Anastasia, let's go back up. Miss Alasia Spencer says that she's reached out to Nolan's mom to let her know all of these things, okay? So if Nolan is spitting up blood, as we said before, that means there's some internal injuries, right? There's some internal injuries. Now, what my mind went to, the phone call that was made, okay? Could that have been after this particular attack where Nolan was spitting up blood and where he was attacked, and he was probably placed back on the boat to take him wherever he was going? Because I'm hearing they were in 31 feet of water, according to what Wyatt was saying whenever he called the seaboat captain. They said that we're stuck in 31 feet of water. So you guys had to go out that far to get better reception, because on the island, I hear y'all only had one bar. Thank you, Warren, for giving us that information, right? He said that you could try to send a picture on Horn Island and it won't go through because the reception is horrible. But if you go further out into the water, and according to what they're saying is, Horn Island is you can be in 3 foot of water and walk up a little bit further and it will drop to 20 to 31 feet of water. So you guys had to drive out some in order to get your alibi call out there, right? Ooh, who's on the case? Oh, I'm so nosy. See how it pays to be nosy. It pays to be nosy. So these guys have really put together a great alibi. And it's real cute that you guys have also put up $50K to find out what happened to Nolan. You guys are not in any danger of losing that money because y'all know who the fuck it was. I believe, in my opinion, okay? And I'm entitled to that opinion. All right, let's keep going. All right, so let's go ahead and prove what I've already proven before, because they're trying to say that the alleged pool party picture, okay, the alleged pool party picture was on June 27th, okay? So now I'm going to prove to you guys that it was not, okay? What they say in the top right. What date is that? This is the pool party. This is the pool party at Evan's house that they're trying to say that they were at after they left Horn Island. So we can place Nolan there. Nolan is in the water. He's the only black guy there, mind you. Okay. He's the only black guy there. So at the top left of my screen here is 7/5/2026. Okay. 22:47:13 is the time on there. So they were there kind of late, drinking, etc. All this is beer and all this. Over here is the basketball goal. I know it's kind of blurry, but you guys can, you can kind of make out. Nolan is right here in this area. This is Nolan right here. So these are all the guys here in the pool. So I'm not sure how you guys are saying that Nolan was missing and all of that on July 4th, because I'm placing him alive. He's standing up in the pool alone, right? He's standing up in the pool right here. This is Nolan. Right here where my mouse is moving. This is Nolan. On 7/5/2026. Nolan is still alive. Right here. Y'all see that? That's Nolan. Right here where my mouse is moving. Okay. What's that movie? What's that movie where they had the dead white man where they were taking him all over the place on the island and trying to make him look like he was still alive? What's that movie? God knows I used to love that movie. What's the white man that Weekend at Bernie's? Let's say it was on some Weekend at Bernie's type bullshit y'all was doing with Nolan. I ain't trying to make this funny, but I'm just saying y'all try to say the man was not alive. We're literally looking at him in the pool and the timestamp up here, and I swear to God I didn't put that up there. You could tell that was not doctored. You could tell that is a still from an actual video. All right. That's exactly what it is. 7/5/2026. Nolan is seen right here in the fucking pool. So unless this was some Weekend at Bernie's type bullshit, I don't know what to tell you. All right. So let's get up off that. So we've proven that Nolan was still viable 7/5, according to the information I have. So now let's get into some video footage. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and play. And then we're going to go ahead and chop down Warren lies, okay? And we're going to get into the other mess in a second. But I just love chopping down their lies because they lawyering up and trying to act all big and bad and trying to raise all this money, talking about they going after people legally. Whole time, bloggers out here solving the fucking case, all right? I don't know what Mississippi is doing, but bitch, we about to solve this shit like first 48. We ain't waiting on y'all because y'all taking too damn long. We got too much evidence. How we got more evidence than the police, right? How we got more evidence than the damn DA? Y'all better get out of here, okay? Let's get into it. Shout out to Crazy Baby. Let's get into this video. All right, so this is said the Nolan Wells CTO emergency call. Super enhanced audio. No AI, of course, was used. Let's get into it. Now, of course, you guys can see closed caption is here. So if you can't understand it, please read what the closed caption is saying. All right, so first thing they're saying is, oh, is he actually unalived? Let's play it.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Oh, shut the fuck up! Damn it, Bart. What'd you say? Hey.
Oh, excuse me. Was that Bart's name being called? Let's back it up. Mr. Bart, who ain't been there in a whole year. Let's back it up, shall we?
Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Oh, shut the fuck up! Damn it, Bart. What'd you say? Hey. It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now. I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkinson. I think it's Jerry Atkinson. Try that.
So how you don't know who Jerry Atkinson is, Wyatt, when that's your grandfather, right? How you don't know who Jerry Atkinson is when that's your grandfather? That's his boat. Then he tried to act like he didn't know the number. You know your grandfather's number. I'm pretty sure granddaddy is not going to let you hold his boat and you don't know his damn information and you don't know who the fuck he is. Jerry Atkinson is supposed to be your grandfather or someone very much so related to you. That's the person who canceled the CTO captain coming out there because he said won't shit wrong with the boat. I got the paperwork. Should we show it? I can after this video. Let's go.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. Reach me at 2. What? Yeah.
Briella. We got a name there. Who is Briella?
Really software. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look.
They're saying do compressions on Nolan in the background. Can y'all hear it? They're saying do compressions. They're trying to bring him back, whatever the fuck happened.
Well,
now we have names. So far we've heard Wyatt. So far we've heard Bart. So far we've heard Briella. So far we've heard Wyatt. Okay. Now we hear somebody named Will. Let me write these names down so we can keep up with all these damn people. All right. Hold on. Shit. Let's see. All right. Briella. Mm-hmm. So all these people can't say they weren't there. All right. Briella, Bart, Will, Wyatt, and Warren. Oh, let's go ahead and put Nolan's name too, because we keep hearing his name. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one more person because they told the CTO captain there was 7 people. So we need one more name so we can go ahead and place everybody on this fucking boat.
okay. Wait, north. All right, are you ready? North 30 degrees. 46.72.
Pause. Now, when we went back and looked at, and it was verified by another source that I saw too. Now, Wyatt is not given the exact dimensions of where they are. Why is that? Right? The CTO captain is asking you, what is your direct location? On your boat, you have this thing that gives you the location of where you are when you're on the water. So if you have a real emergency, they can come directly to you and match their gauge on their boats in terms of the direction of where your boat is located so they can come directly to you. So he's not giving the direct location of where they are. Some of the numbers are off, and we've already looked at this. Okay, I already shared this with you guys. We already looked at it. But is there a reason why he's not giving direct numbers of their location to the CTO captain? I feel like this call was an alibi call.
Sorry, look. Hey, what do I need to send you? Yeah, what? Yeah, we do not have the VHF radio. Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
When we originally looked at it, the second part of what he was reading to them was out. Those numbers were off in terms of where they really were located, because we covered this, and I can't remember exactly the numbers, but I just remember that when we originally covered it and we looked at the actual proof on it, what Wyatt was reading to the CTO captain on those second set of numbers were off by a few numbers, and I feel like he purposely did that shit.
Yes, we were at Horn Island. Yes. We were sinking, yes.
Somebody said, I'm afraid to go back home. Y'all see that? Look at that. This is a good audio, right? This is a good one. I stumbled upon this one, and I'm so happy that they put the closed caption up, because some of the shit that I didn't hear in the other video, we're seeing it in real time right here of what's being said. So please tell me why nobody's been arrested yet. Can y'all please tell me why nobody's been arrested as of yet? Just from what we're seeing right here in this video alone, by Briella, Bart, Will, Wyatt, Warren, and then of course Nolan, who is out of it. Okay, there's another person. We ain't heard no name yet. I'm waiting.
88 degrees by 46.79. Yes, we were at Horn Island. Yes. We were sinking, yes. Oh, we're not aground. We were in 17 foot of water. We were in 31 foot of water.
So how deep is the water? Hello, you said 17. That's a huge gap, right? We're in 17 feet of water. No, we're in 31 feet of water. Like, which one is it? Which one is it? Okay.
I want to
that it's a dragging noise.
Get this boat and unsank and towed back, yes. You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor or Fort Bayou launch. No, there's no children. Hey, Florida. Drop it along. Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
So Bart, who's not there, is getting orders to jump in 31 feet of water, mind you, to pull the plug. Huh. Bart, you must be a great swimmer in 31 feet of water.
Oh, they got it here. They got it here. Hello. They got it here. Okay, what's going on? What's up? There are 0 adults on board.
There are 0 adults on board. So everybody's minors on this damn boat. All right. So somebody's asking, should we call the Navy?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
So why were y'all drinking? And who bought the drinks for you guys? Everybody minors, but y'all all sound slurred and drunk. Y'all hear this shit? I am floored.
Hello? Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat. Like 7.
Because they're saying somebody dead. Hold on. Listen, y'all.
Hello?
Look, y'all. Dude, no nose, still what? Y'all see this? Do y'all see this? No, that's what they call him, Nolan. No, that's his nickname. No, still what? Whatever happened to him, he's not come to as of yet. Somebody already said, I'm scared to go back home. So some shit happened on this boat.
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
There's lots of people breathing on the boat.
Like 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You just told him it was 7 people. Somebody counted 8. Who was the 8th person? Who's the 8th person? I got on how many I got on my paper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 on my paper. Who the other 2 people?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
Kirk Burt. Let me write them names. Kirk Burt. Woo, look at the Lord. Burt. I'm about to look at all y'all shit here in a few minutes. I'm about to be nosy ASF. We got names, y'all. Let me see how many names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 people. We got all 8. Briella, Bart, Wyatt, Warren, Nolan, Kurt, and Burt. He told the sea-tow captain it was 7 people. The other person counted 8. I got 8 people on my paper. I'm gonna read them again. Briella, Bart, Will, Wyatt, Warren, Nolan, Kurt, and Burt. So how the fuck did Nolan stay back at the island when Nolan is being talked to on the boat and you lied and told the sea-tow captain it was 7 people and homeboy just counted 8? Ha! Ha ha! Let me play that shit again. Lying their asses off. Let's go back. We got all 8 names now. Motherfuckers. Listen in.
Hello? Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat. Like 7.
He asked for it. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Oh my God, this video. This audio.
Hello?
Dude,
Yes,
no.
there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
What that say? Something happened on that boat. He said he asked for it. He was attacked. Did y'all choke him out? Because why they ain't seeing his throat for the autopsy? Y'all, we piecing this together. Do y'all not understand what's going on right now? I'm getting so excited. I stumbled upon this video, you guys. I said, oh my God, these stories are falling apart. Oh my God, he asked for it. Wyatt, that sound like you talking. Let's keep going.
Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Look at that. 8 people. I got 8 people on my paper. He originally told the sea tow captain 7 people.
Yes, we have life jackets available. A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
That's a dead ass.
Okay, thank you.
Go back. Y'all see that? Oh, he's actually, oh my God. Y'all, what does this say right here? Oh, is he actually, something happened to Nolan on his fucking boat. The lady, I just read to y'all that the lady said she saw with her own 2 eyes that there was a physical altercation involving Nolan. Now we're hearing this in real time. Nolan was fighting for his life if he wasn't already gone. Nolan was fighting for his life, and they masked the damn tow captain, the tow emergency call as a sinking boat when they weren't sinking. They did this to have an alibi. Whole time Nolan is fighting for his life. Had they called 911 and they got there, they probably could have saved his life. Whatever happened. If you slammed him down and he hit his head, whatever. Maybe he was knocked out, right? And y'all thought he was gone. Nevertheless, you did not get him help, so that makes you guys accessories to a crime. All 8 people, all 7 people on that boat. Briella, you going to jail. Bart, Will, Wyatt, Warren, Kurt, and Bert, y'all motherfucking asses are suspects because you saw something happen and you did not take that phone from Wyatt when he was talking to the sea captain to say, we have an emergency on this boat. Somebody's injured. Can somebody get here now? No, you guys were talking in the background saying, is he unalive? Somebody check his chest compressions, and you guys did not do anything. Y'all were, oh my God, Nolan in the back. How the fuck is Nolan on the, if y'all are 20-something feet out? How is it if y'all are away from the island in 31 feet of water, how the fuck did Nolan get to the boat from there? How did he get back on the boat from the island in 31 feet of water? Now, we hear he's a great swimmer, but I don't feel like he's going to be swimming in 31 feet of water. If that boat left the island, Nolan had to be on there, and we also have a witness that places him on the boat in an altercation. Y'all, did we just solve this case, y'all? Oh, let's keep going. I'm going to save this video. This was T right here. I'm sorry. This right here was T. This was T. All right, so let's get on into some of these lies. Now, of course, we played this already, but I want you guys to hear some things that we may have missed. Because sometimes when you hear something one time and you hear it again, it's something that you might have missed, okay? Now, I'm going to go back and comb through Warren's interview. Notice how calm. I'm not a body language expert, but I just know a person who experienced something very traumatic from someone who they call friend/brother. I see no emotions. Now, pay attention to this watch. And I found this out this morning by digging. This watch, they're saying that Warren's mother, who is an attorney, bought him a watch with some type of recording device that she asked him to wear whenever he did this interview with Race Batum Tatum. Notice he keeps looking at his arm. He's making sure that this interview is being recorded on his watch. That's T right there. And y'all know I don't tell y'all no lies, okay? All right, so let's get into, because I'm going to put it on the right mark. All right, so let's get into some things. We're going to play and stop, and I'm going to go to the direct points. I'm not going to listen to the entire thing because I made some points that I want to stop at in this interview. Then we're going to move on, okay? This right here, I just got to point out the lies. Now that we've heard what we've heard, we've seen what we've seen, evidence, we're going to compare what he's saying to what we've seen. All right, let's get into it. Shout out to Officer Race Batum Tatum, because this is where we're looking at it. This is Warren.
Water out the boat. So the bilge was failing to work. So any excess water was just sitting in the boat. It wasn't getting pumped out. And I looked over the gunnel and I looked at the release hole for the bilge, and it was even with the water. So, I mean, we're all freaking out.
Hold on, guys. Let me refresh. Not sure why the video is doing that. So I want y'all to hear this shit. Let's skip. I don't know why it's buffering.
Out from Horn Island. So what happens after that?
Wyatt jumps to the water, tries to throw a rear anchor, and my buddy Meyer, you're sitting, looking, trying to pull trash out the bilge, and the bilge is basically a pump that pulls the excess water out the boat. So the bilge was failing to work. So any excess water was just sitting in the boat. It wasn't getting pumped out. And I looked over the gunnel and I looked at the release hole for the bilge, and it was even with the water. So, I mean, we're all freaking out. All of our, we're not focused on anything else other than the boat. Well, then eventually my buddy Bart on the tide line is like, I'm going to pull y'all out.
Bart, you weren't even there. You was in Wyoming. Warren just placed you there on July 4th. Y'all hear that? My buddy Bart pulled us with his boat. You weren't even there though, Bart. Thank you, Warren.
To where we're out of all this, all this chaos, because we left at 4:30 and there were still just as many people there.
So let's get into this. If there was problems with the boat, all right, worst case scenario, you guys said the last time you guys saw Nolan Wells was 3 o'clock is what you told. It's on the police report, all of that, Warren. This is Warren that we're talking about. Warren said the last time that he saw Nolan, he was with Katie, that Katie girl. All right, 3 o'clock, he ain't seen him since then. But at 4:30, y'all still on the island, right? What y'all still doing there if y'all got all these problems with the boat? Why y'all didn't get the hell up out of there? That's my question.
If not more than when we got there. I mean, probably around the same amount. I mean, it was crazy. Like, there was a lot of people. And, I mean, eventually Bart pulls us out. We left at 4:30, but we really weren't pulled out away from everybody. We were probably about a quarter mile out, and we had the towing strap pulled from, Bart's port side cleat or starboard side cleat. And
we hearing Bart a lot. Ain't we hearing Bart a lot? We hearing Bart's name a lot for Bart not to have been there, to been in Wyoming for a whole year, right?
And he was on our starboard side bow. And so he was rubbing on his power pole. So Bart turned around, pulled up next to our boat, and we were just trying to get it situated. So that's when Wyatt called Cito. And Wyatt was like,
all right, so now we know who called Cito. It was Wyatt. I already told y'all that, right? All right, now I'm going to skip ahead. Y'all don't get aggravated with me. I'm just trying to get to some facts, okay? Some facts. So let's get into, move it up just a little bit. So right here is where they're going to talk. He's going to explain how the cell service is on Horn Island. Hence the reason why they had to drive out some in order to make that call, right? Let's get into it.
island, but once you can use your phone, but stuff might not just send. And it's not great. You got maybe one bar, it won't work that well. But once you get a little off the island, you have cell coverage. And even on the island, I called my mom when we were on the island. It was fine. We had enough cell coverage to make a phone call or shoot a text over, but you don't have enough cell coverage to send a picture, for example. So what?
So I want to go back.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I want to touch on that real quick because the phone thing came up at some point.
Uh-huh.
And so was it when you guys got off the boat?
Yeah.
I mean, were people taking their phones off the boat, or is that not typical? Because I know that Nolan's phone was left on the boat,
right?
Even though after you guys had left. So can you explain that? Because
I'm gonna skip ahead.
I think people.
That's irrelevant. We've already heard that. I want the juicy stuff. Let's skip ahead. 8:19. Boom.
Was 3 o'clock, and Nolan was.
Oh, go back. This is important. Let's start here.
Well, Nolan was. The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock, and Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie. Katie, and Katie. Nolan was sitting there, and the last time I saw him, I looked at Nolan, and Nolan was shaking his head, laughing, and I was like, "Dude, you crazy?" I was just joking with him, and but anyway, Nolan. That was the last time I laid eyes on him. But when we were leaving, obviously, no one is getting left at the island that came with us, unless they demanded to, be there and asked. This is a very common thing at Horn Island. When you're out there, a lot of people ride out there with someone and in with somebody else all the time. I've done that 100 times. It's a very common thing, but Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody.
Sorry for the buffering. So you guys hear, first he says that the last time he saw Nolan was at 3 o'clock. We know that's a motherfucking lie because y'all were just saying his name on the boat, right? So we placed Nolan, according to what they're saying in said video, audio. Nolan was on the boat with them. Warren, you were on the boat. All right. We've already placed you there as well. So my question is, why are you sitting here saying the last time you laid eyes on Nolan was on the island, and that the friend we already know now to be Wyatt was screaming at Nolan, get the F on the boat? Could it have been that Wyatt was feeling a way that Nolan was, as you called it, cuddled up with Katie, who he used to date? We all know sometimes we don't get over girls, right? Guys don't get over girls, rather, whenever they've dated them and they see their homie trying to date them too. They still be in their little feelings a little bit. So could it have been that Wyatt felt a way that Nolan was seen with Katie, who he used to be with? I don't feel like they were so panicky about the boat sinking because it took y'all so damn long to leave the island. If the boat is sinking, y'all gonna get the hell out of there, and you ain't gonna be asking 10,000 times. If Nolan told you one time, nah, man, I'm gonna stay back, why y'all keep asking him? If he's 18 and he's made his decision, he's gonna stay back for a girl. So the fuck what? If y'all are sinking, I don't see why why your focus is gonna be on Nolan telling him to come on and get on here. I would have said, hey, here's your phone, man, here's your backpack. We got to get the hell out of here because this boat is sinking, right? Y'all didn't seem to be in any type of emergency until y'all got further out in that 31 foot of water That's when y'all call. Why didn't y'all call closer to the island? You just said that you called your mom and you talked to her fine near the island. Then you said that, oh, we only get one bar of reception there. You can barely send a picture. But if you guys are sinking right there and you notice that at the island, why not call the sea tow captain there versus waiting till y'all went in 31 feet of water where y'all would be more in danger? I would have stayed on the island if I knew my boat was sinking and called from there so my ass can stand on the banks and they can come here and figure out what the fuck is going on with my boat. I mean, that would just make more sense to me. Let's keep going. I don't know. Sorry for the buffering, guys. Ooh, child, and it don't want to play. Hold on. Ooh, this is Satan, honey. Satan trying to block my shine.
Let's test this Wayfair verified sofa. Assemble it.
Why this video is doing this, honey?
Jump up.
Because we played it the other day and it
Girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan. Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And like, no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving.
So why, if you just said that it's not uncommon for people to catch rides back with other people, why do y'all care how he gets back if he told you as a responsible young adult that he's going to catch it back with somebody else? You said you did it 100 times. I'm hoping nobody asked you 100 times to get the fuck on the boat. Like, why was it so imperative for y'all to keep screaming at Nolan to get on this damn boat? If you rode back with other people hundreds of times, that's weird.
If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. And like he said,
how many people heard that? Were there just
at least
a
five
few?
I mean, everyone that was on our boat right there, because the Palm Beach had already left. My buddy went ahead and went home on the Palm Beach, and three guys on the way back. And Nolan wasn't the only person to ride out there with us and in with somebody else. I mean, we had multiple people in our group that rode out with us and rode in on someone else's boat. And that, like I said, that's not an uncommon thing to do, I mean,
I keep asking them.
A lot of people do that. I could name probably 50 people out there that day that ran out with somebody and ran back in with somebody else. So, I mean, it's not like it's an uncommon thing, but.
So now we hear that. Again, if Nolan say he going to stay back, he grown enough to be able to make that decision. You say you done it. I don't see why y'all care. Maybe y'all didn't want to stay back with Katie. Right? All right, so right here, when they get back to the island, this is what they said they did. They didn't give a fuck about what was going on with Nolan. Now, we just heard what happened on the boat. So let's hear.
Eventually, we go over to a girlfriend of mine. She was having people over for 4th of July. We were doing like fireworks and stuff. So we all went over there to swim and, hang out. And
now, you guys said that the pool party was on 6/27. Here you're saying on July 4th, y'all left early and y'all went to a homegirl's house, okay? And a homegirl invited y'all rather to fireworks and barbecue and a pool party. Did I not just show y'all a pool party that happened on July the 4th? And Nolan was standing in the fucking pool. Oh, okay. Let's keep going.
This infamous picture that I've seen online of Nolan in the water in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Where is this picture associated with? Because you said you guys went back to swim. Nolan wasn't with you.
Yeah.
So where is this picture at? Like,
right.
What's the context around that picture that's been floating?
That picture is taken on June 27th, a week before the 4th of July. We all went to a friend of ours in Pass Christian. We have a lot of friends from Bay St. Louis, Pass Christian. We all went over there to hang out, and
And Nolan was in that picture.
Nolan was in that picture. And if you look in the picture, my arm is around Nolan in that picture, And, I mean, that was a week before the 4th of July. So
how he get in the picture for July 5th, rather? How he get in the July 5th picture? And y'all already done called in the missing persons. That's all I'm trying to figure out. All right, so let's continue on. The lies just keep lying, don't they? All right, so let's keep going. So right here, y'all want to know why little Mr. Warren knows so much about boats, why he's so well versed on boats, okay? He says he went upstairs to talk to his buddy's dad about boats, okay? So this buddy's dad apparently knows a lot about boats. So this is how he's able to sit here and give out information that Officer Race Baden Tatum didn't ask him about all this boat information to deflect from the real information that he should have been talking about. Let's get into it.
I've been with my friends all day. I was just talking to everybody, but
So you talked to the young lady's dad, and then how long was it before you realized, or you guys realized that, well, where's Nolan at?
I mean, I went back downstairs and all my friends were just hanging out, and my buddy Wyatt had addressed, talking about Nolan, and I was like, well, where is Nolan? Have y'all heard from him? And he was like, no, we haven't. And I was like, okay, well, it's a little concerning. Like, I mean, I'm not freaking out or anything, but like, I'm trying to find out where Nolan is. So I texted Javon and I was like, hey, and also a couple other buddies that I had at the island. I was like, hey, have y'all seen Nolan? Did he ride in with y'all? And all the buddies were like, no. Well, I texted Javon and I was like, hey, can you send me Miss Christine's number? Because I haven't heard from Nolan. And if she hasn't heard from Nolan, then I'm calling the Coast Guard.
How would you hear from Nolan if y'all kept his phone? How would Nolan call you? One, if the phone reception on the island is horrible, like you said. And two, if y'all kept his phone and all of his belongings. You already said that his phone was in Wyatt's boat and that you removed his phone from the boat into Wyatt's truck, which is where Javon and his mom came and got that phone where you guys were looking all crazy and they came over there 8 people deep because they thought y'all were going to be buck and not want to give that phone up, right? So how the fuck was Nolan's mom, Christine, supposed to hear from Nolan if Nolan didn't have no damn phone or no way to contact her? Y'all already knew that because you had his phone. Crazy?
Sorry. And so eventually Javon sends me her number.
Who is her? It's
Miss Christine.
Miss Christine is
Nolan's mom.
Nolan's mom. Okay.
Yeah. And I walked down to the dock because, I mean, there was a lot of people at Ava's. Not a lot, but, there was probably 15 of our friends there. And I was just like, walked down to the dock with a couple of my buddies. And I got on the phone I called Miss Christine, called her the first time. She didn't answer. I called her a second time. And I got on the phone with her and I asked her if she had heard from Nolan. She said no. And I said, all right, well, don't freak out. I'm going to call the Coast Guard. And this was at about 11 o'clock.
So what's your intent in calling the Coast Guard, right? Because right now, Nolan could be with a chick.
Right.
He could be with somebody else.
Right.
He could have gone back with somebody else. What made you concerned enough that you felt like you couldn't weigh it out anymore? You had to call the Coast Guard.
Well, I mean, like I said, my friends and I have been on the water our whole life. Stuff happens. People die all the time. I know people that have died out there. And, it's a fun place to be, but it's also a very, very, very dangerous place to be if you're not handling it right. And
So why would y'all choose to leave Nolan out there if y'all know that this place is very dangerous, especially at night? Why would y'all feel like it was okay to leave him there without his phone, especially if you know that that's a very dangerous place? In the event that he ran into an emergency situation, he couldn't even call 911 and say, hey, I need an emergency person here. If you know that that's a very dangerous place, y'all said y'all left him there and y'all came on back. But we hear y'all having a whole different conversation on the boat. My question is, why the different consistencies in the video and in this interview? It just gives that you're thinking of an answer. It just gives that you're not being completely honest, Warren. Warren. It gives that you're not being completely honest. But y'all let me know. I don't want to stay on this too long. Okay? I don't want to stay on this too long. Let's move along because I don't want to Nolan y'all to death today. But let's get into Teyana Taylor as she talks about Iman Shumpert, where she says that she called him to tell her she didn't feel safe after they decided to divorce. All right. He's still bitter that she filed for divorce, of course. Okay. He's still bitter. Y'all know he did a whole interview where he says that he's never ever gonna get married again, but he's already had another child. Did y'all know that? He already had a third child by some random girl, and he's complaining about money. I told y'all this same girl said that his D game is small and that he's broke. He don't even have a house no more. He has $2 million to his name, I think it is. Teyana came out real good in the divorce because it was said that Iman Shumpert cheated on her. So I don't know who her attorney was, but she racked up. But let's get into it. She says that Teyana Taylor says that Iman Shumpert did not make her feel safe after she started getting threats, okay, after she decided to leave him and it got out that the two of them were getting divorced. She called him. He didn't give a fuck because he was bitter that she was leaving him. Let's get into it.
Willing to protect their family no matter what. When I came to Iman and told him that I didn't feel safe, nothing else should have mattered. Why are we even on this phone arguing? I'm coming to you saying, yo, baby daddy, I don't feel safe. Like niggas are talking about they gonna off me if I boom, boom, boom. I'm telling you, I don't feel safe. Yeah, well, back in 2023, when I did, What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I've done nothing but protect him the whole way through. You can Google Teyana and Iman's divorce. All you ever see me speak on is begging niggas to stay out of our business. There's still men out there that is willing to protect their family no matter what. When I came to Iman and told him that I didn't feel safe, nothing else should have mattered.
So she called him to tell him she didn't feel safe. He talking about some, well, what about in 2023? Really? This is the mother of your children? If she's in a situation where she doesn't feel safe and somebody's threatening her life, as the man who decided to marry her and give her children, you still have a little bit of responsibility to make sure she's okay. At least drive over there, check the place out, whatever the case may be. Not saying you got to be with her, be all booed up with her, but if the mother of your children call you and say, hey, I'm not feeling safe, your children are there as well. So would you rather something happen to the mother of your children as well as your children because you're bitter that she decided she didn't want to stay with someone who disrespected her and cheated on her and she decided to move forward with divorce? You're that bitter that you wouldn't give a fuck about something happening to her? That's bitter, ain't it? That's weird. Boy, goodbye. All right. Let's get into this Latto and Charleston White BS, child, because Latto has responded to Charleston White cussing her out and calling her every name in the book. All right. Now, I'm going to play for you guys what Charleston had to say. And then we're going to hear Latto's response for those of you that did not get to hear what Charleston White had to say. All right. So the reason that Charleston White even had anything to say was because he was saying that he feels Claressa Shields gets the short end of the stick and she gets, fussed out a little bit more about dating a married man, which would be Papoose, versus Latto, who has this pretty privilege of dating 21 Savage, who's said to be married with kids as well. So y'all know Latto just had a baby girl by 21 Savage, who is said to be married, but they're saying that Latto don't get the same dragging, so to speak, that Claressa gets anytime they talk about Claressa. They don't mention Latto. But let's get into what he had to say. Shout out to the bitch gossip.
Y'all don't talk about 21 Savage and Latto. Latto don't get no backlash for getting pregnant by a married. If Claressa Shields was a light-skinned girl, mixed breed, nobody would have a problem with her. But because she's a darker skin complected black woman, who's in physical shape, you can't beat her up. She got a mouth on her. She speaks out against somebody who speaks up against her. And they're trying to vilify her. Why are they trying to vilify her? Because Papoose and Remy Ma had a public separation. Remy Ma got caught cheating with another. She left Papoose for another. Papoose stayed single for a while. Took him a year or so, and he got with Claressa. What the is wrong? Because they ain't got married. Or he ain't got a divorce. I got a wife and a girlfriend. Why y'all don't talk about
Okay, so y'all hear that?
21 Savage?
Let's get into what Latto has to say. He responded.
When it comes to that baby, don't say nothing I don't even want to hear the word baby in my name in a sentence. Little boy. I'll let y'all be loud and wrong for too long. Fucking no married man. Bitch. Loud and wrong, bitch boy. Old ass, broke ass nigga. I am a boss. I am a boss. I could buy you, your wife, your girlfriend, your kids. Not a nigga. Me, the boss.
Why y'all don't talk?
So y'all see that? So she ain't say too much of nothing. All right, just sitting there saying the B word 100 times. But so let's get into what 21 Savage. He's a whole bitch. That's who the bitch is. Because if that's supposed to be your man, like why he ain't speaking up and dragging. Thank you so much for the UNC alert. Okay. Elaine Flowers. Thank you so much, love. Let's get into 21 Savage's response to Charleston White. Because my thing is, if this is supposed to be your girl, then you should have been responding versus Latto responding, right? A woman should never be arguing with no damn man if you have a man, right? I ain't got to sit here and argue with no man when I have a whole husband. He can handle that shit. And that's what 21 Savage, if that's your man, supposed to been doing. You shouldn't be on here screaming and hollering, calling no man no bitch. But anyway, so shout out to It's On Site. The only thing that 21 Savage had to say said 21 Savage seemingly responds to Charleston White with a subtle clapback saying wifey with the love emojis. All right. So he puts a picture up with Latto holding the baby with the baby carriage, and he's standing there cheesing, and he just says wifey. Well, you already have a wife, okay? You already have a wife. Granted, they're saying you married her so you can stay in the States, but you guys did have 2 or 3 kids together, so that solidified your marriage. Bottom line is, it said that you are not divorced as of yet. So yes, you and Claressa Shields are in the same boat. I'm sorry, Latto, that you don't want to hear. You kind of like, I don't know why side chicks don't like to hear that their man is fully married, but bottom line is that is what it said that he is fully married. So what if you had a baby by him? A lot of these men, they do like to throw out the word wifey so willy-nilly. Like, you ain't put no ring on it. You can't marry her until you fix your situation that you're in. So you can sit out here and say wifey, wifey all damn day. You can give her 100 kids, but she still ain't going to be your wife. Moving right along. All right. Latto, I like your music, love, but sorry, you are wrong, okay? And we're gonna call a spade a damn spade. Wrong is damn wrong. Wrong is wrong. I said Claressa is wrong, and Latto, your ass is wrong too. I don't care how pretty the baby is, and the baby, I'm pretty sure, is a beautiful baby. All right, but you are wrong, love. Okay, let's move along. Amplified Voices TV. While we're talking about Claressa Shields, Tasha K and Claressa Shields obviously have some beef going on. So it said that Claressa Shields delivers a passionate message targeting Tasha K and Leisha Dean, calling them cancers to the Black culture who tried to break down Black women. Said declaring herself self-made, self-built, and worth $8 million. Claressa demands that they stop making videos about her. Said that the video also features a warning regarding someone living off another's money, alongside a dramatic, direct response from Tasha K. Let's get into what Tasha had to say, because she is dragging the shit out of Claressa Shields. Let's go.
The things that we're telling her, that he ain't got no money, he is gifting you his jewelry, he is gifting you your stuff that you're buying, he is living off of your money, he is broke, but you get out here and you say this about me and Geisha 305. Now, I don't know what your beef is with Geisha 305. That's a whole nother beef. I'm just telling you as one sister to another. Pap smear ain't But listen to her, y'all. I'm the enemy. I'm the enemy. This is what happens when you let them hit the bottom. Go ahead, Jasmine. Roll the video. Roll the video.
All y'all trollers, liars, Tasha K and Ladisha Dean, this is for y'all. Y'all are cancers to the Black African American culture. Y'all are cancers. All y'all do y'all whole career try to break down Black women and tell lies about them. Y'all are sick. And y'all are some sick individuals. And I hate y'all. I do. I hate y'all. And quit making videos about me. If you hate me so much, stop making videos. I'm not scared of none of y'all. Hey, none of y'all make me do nothing different. Nothing. I'm self-made, self-built. I got $8 million. Are you dumb?
She hate me. She hate Geisha 305. We cancers to the black community. Claressa, the only thing that's a cancer to the black community is the cancer you about gonna get from HPV, from sleeping with a man that's sleeping with more women than you. Oh, the things that we're telling her that he ain't got no money, he is gifting you his jewelry, he is gifting you your stuff that you're buying, he is living off of your money, he is broke. But you get out here and you say this about me and Geisha 305. Now, I don't know what your beef is with Geisha 305.
Damn, Tasha. Tasha went all the way gutter on Claressa, saying your man sleeping with every woman he can sleep with, and you might be out here getting cancer from HPV. Damn. I hope that ain't the case, child. Now, we did just talk about Papoose cheating on Remy while she was locked up, and some woman coming out saying that she had Papoose child. Now, we talked about that yesterday. So I don't know, but I do think Claressa is being real stupid as it relates to Papoose. I do think she is funding his lifestyle. I do feel that way. Remy already said he was broke. He was stealing her jewelry and pawning it just to have money and have a certain look so he can look like he was rich and that he was that boy when she was with him. So now, after she done got rid of his ass and threw him out of the house, he's over there with Claressa, spending up her money, riding around in her shit, okay? But y'all let me know what y'all think. So now Tasha is beefing with Claressa. She is beefing with everybody. She's beefing with Roland Martin. I hear he's about to sue her ass too. All right, speaking of beef, let's get into this Porsha and Simon beef, child. Because Lord. Last night I had to do a I had to pop on here, child, with some breaking news with Simon and Porsha. Simon went ahead and signed over the paperwork for the house that Porsha is currently living in, that he and Porsha lived in while they were married. Of course, y'all know Simon got put out of the country, so to speak, okay, deported back to his country, and he is not allowed to be back in the States anymore. He and Porsha were fighting over this, and this, but it said the TMZ reported that Simon Guobadia has transferred his interest in their Atlanta home to Porsha and an additional $1.5 million settlement. Now, you guys know that during the time that he and Porsha were dating, he was paying her $30,000. Once they got married, he was supposed to be paying her $40,000 in order for her to get off Housewives, get off the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and any other job that she was working. He wanted her to be a stay-at-home wife and be kept. So once she decided she wanted to go back on the show, she was still getting the $40,000, and he didn't want to pay her that because according to their prenuptial agreement, that is what they agreed upon. Now, once he got deported back to his country, Porsha did not want to get out of the house. Simon refused to sign over the house. And there are several liens I hear on this house. So Porsha's going to have to pay off these said liens. And I hear it's 2 or 3 on the house. Let's not forget about all the taxes, back taxes, and all of that that's due on the home that Simon refused to pay once he got put out of the country. So let's get into it. It said that Porsha also allegedly states that Simon agreed that she is owed over $1 million in his shares from the property's equity, and also agreed to give Porsha the title to the 2021 Rolls-Royce Ghost. That's the car that he also was withholding the paperwork on. She couldn't even renew the tags on the car because Simon would not sign the car over to her because it was still in his name. So now that we see how that has panned out, let's continue on because there's more to this, child. It's more to this. All right. It's more to this. Y'all know that Porsha had until February 2027 in order to get the house into her name so that she could qualify to finance the house solely into her name. Once she, if she wasn't able to do that, she was to sell the house and split the equity with Simon. So now that Simon has signed the shares over to Porsha, Porsha now still has to give Simon his shares. So let's get into, hold on. Let's get into what Simon had to say after news broke about Porsha getting this money. Okay. Let's share screens. Hold on. My husband will be calling me while I'm on live. Hold on, guys. Every time you go to Home Depot. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. Okay. All right, so according to No Chaser TV, here's Simon Child out living his best life, out in the club doing what he do. He's just been posting since this news broke that Porsha has received ownership of this house and this Rolls Royce that he said he would never ever give her ass. So this is him, okay? Out partying, living it up with his stiff dancing ass, okay? He's saying freedom, as you guys can see. He's saying freedom because he knows that he's socking it to Porsha indirect. He knows Porsha cannot afford the house, the upkeep of the house, the back taxes, all the liens that's on this house. She got a lot of shit to pay. So even though she did get $1.5 million or whatever from Simon for this, she's gonna probably pay that out in terms of all the back taxes and all the liens that's placed on this house. Okay. So it said that Simon Guobadia made a series of posts after TMZ broke the story that he transferred the deed of the formerly shared Atlanta property to Porsha Williams with an additional $1.57 million owed as well. All right. So he says here, and he says this on his stories, he says they forget to mention that they also inherited $8 million in debt and still got to pay me. So she still has to give him his shares for the equity in the home. Being debt free is my flex. So he's saying, hey, you wanted this house? Whoop, there it is. But while you got this house, don't forget to go ahead and transfer me my part of the equity in said home since you want this house. And you still got to go and get it out of my name because the house is still currently in Simon's name. And she still has to get the house into her name. Okay. She has to qualify for this $8 million home in her name only, out of Simon's name. And once she does that, the house then she also has to transfer him his part and his portion of the equity, okay, in addition to paying off the liens. So she can't qualify for this house until she pays off the 2 or 3 liens that's on the house, the back taxes that's owed on the house as well, because Simon says he's not paying it, and she also has to cough up several millions for his part of the equity in the home. So you guys see that Simon is being Simon, child. Okay. So y'all see that. All right. So let's get into Michelle Atielian, who actually reached out to Simon because she is good friends with Simon. I caught that last night. I said I would talk about that today. All right. So Michelle Atielian actually had a text conversation with Simon. She's going to share that. We're going to get into what Simon had to say. So shout out to Michelle Atielian. It says, did Simon Guobadia really give Porsha Williams the mansion? According to Simon, no. Said he says the deed transfer was required under their prenup so Porsha could secure financing, not because he simply gave her the house. So she's going to get into the receipts and the conversation she had, I think yesterday with Simon. Let's get into it. Shout out to Michelle Atielian.
Said that Porsha was just so happy that Simon had finally signed off on adding her name to the deed. And all this time they've been fighting, and he could have just did this at the beginning. He just then gave me the house. And apparently that's not what had happened. But that's what she's telling people, is that Simon just then gave her the house. Okay. And so I had to text Simon. I had to text him. I said, hey, Simon, hope all is well, friend. I said, is it true you gave Porsha the house? I'm so nosy. Y'all know I'm nosy. I was like, is it true you gave Porsha the house? Someone just called me and said, that's what she telling people. And then,
she's so messy.
Oh, here goes Simon. Hi, Michelle. Porsha wishes I had simply given her the I can see Simon typing like an angry Kermit the Frog. Porsha wishes I had simply given her the house. However, the prenuptial agreement only requires that I deed the property to her for the purpose of securing financing and removing the property from my name. The agreement is also very clear regarding how any proceeds from the refinancing or a sale of the property are to be distributed. Unfortunately, Porsha still appears to misunderstand the terms of her own prenuptial agreement.
Damn. Y'all hear
I'm
that?
like, yes, Simon Reed. I was like, oh, okay, thanks for the clarification. Apparently, she's telling people that you're no longer fighting for it and it's all hers. I'm being messy. Mm-hmm. And then here goes Simon. When has Porsha been known to be truthful?
Wow. She do lie.
I'm like, oh. And then he put, it's the insecurity in her that drives her to continue to be dishonest. I'm like, Lord, okay. Somebody had said that.
So y'all see, she had a conversation with Simon. Simon has clarified, not that we believe everything Simon says as well, but we did look at the prenup before in a different video where it was said that if and when the house is sold, that they do have to split the equity equally. So Porsha would get a certain portion and Simon would get a certain portion because the house was purchased during their marriage. And it was already said by Simon that he and Porsha decided to move to said home because they didn't want to stay in the same house that he shared with Fallon during the time that they were married. So Simon did purchase this house in his name solely, but it was for the purpose of he and Porsha to live there as husband and wife. Okay. But when he got deported back to Lagos or wherever the hell he went, okay, because he's staying in 2 different countries now. Okay. I think he's in Abu Dhabi and back in Lagos as well. Once he got deported from the U.S. and was not allowed to come back, Porsha, I guess, automatically thought that this house was just going to be hers. She refused to move out of it. She was falling behind on the house payment several times. I think it was like a good 2-3 months behind. She was asking the banks to please allow her to catch up on those payments once the show started because her checks would be rolling in. It gives that she can't afford this house. We saw pictures of her outside sweeping with a regular broom, sweeping the grounds of this house. So she can't even pay for the upkeep and the maintenance of this huge mansion or estate that she's staying in. It's a lovely home, but I don't feel that Porsha can afford this house. If I was Porsha, I would sell this house, get my shares of the equity, and downgrade to something more affordable and get the fuck out of that house. The bad vibes and everything. It's a beautiful home, but the upkeep and the maintenance, the taxes and all that, like, girl, like they said on the show, you are paying Simon's bills, and you are. The house is not in your name. You're not getting credit in any way, shape, or form for this house. So please sell this house. Now that you have the paperwork, go ahead and do what you got to do. Get the fuck out of this house. Move into something smaller that you can afford and live and not have to be worried about dealing with Simon. Simon is going to forever haunt you about this house because he doesn't want you to stay there. He's giving you the paperwork for this car so that you can leave him the hell alone now, finally. So you have a Rolls Royce, a 2021 Rolls Royce that's now your car. So you're going to have to pay for the upkeep and maintenance taxes on that, which I'm sure is not going to be cheap. So, yeah, I would sell the house. I would not try to stay there. I don't give a hot damn, but Porsha is about appearances. Porsha is about trying to stay in that house, and I don't know what it is about this house, honey, but Simon has made it clear that she does not have this house outright. She does have until February, I think 15th of 2027 to sell this house or to qualify primarily in her name, or she has to get the fuck out. And February will be here for you know it. Hell, we're already in August. So you still got what? September, October, November, December, January, February. 6 months barely, right? Barely 5-6 months before you can qualify for this house. Now, as we know, the season is getting ready to be over. We're getting ready to have a reunion here tomorrow. So this getting ready to be off season for you. That means no checks rolling in. I really, really hope that by the time the show comes back on, that your money don't be ha-ha. That means funny, and that you can qualify for this home if you decide to stay there. But you got to pay off those 2-3 liens that Simon left behind for your ass, okay? So, I don't know. I don't even care no more. I think the whole situation is just stupid as hell that she would want to stay somewhere where she knows that she just gonna have to deal with a lot of shit. I want a house that's gonna be cut and dry. Where I ain't gotta jump through no loops, me paying no liens or shit like that in order for me to live comfortably. It's just not that serious for me, right? But I mean, you paid for Miss Diana house outright. You said cash. The house that you did have that you sold for $2 million, I'd have stayed in that house and refurbished that house or renovated that house and not even had a fucking house payment until I decided where I wanted to go next. At least you would have had a free and clear deed, which is your home that you didn't have to worry about. But I don't know, child. Porsha, y'all sound off and let me know. Y'all say, oh, you calling her Porsha? I'm just saying Porsha makes a lot of stupid decisions when it comes to financials. I don't know who her financial advisor is, but baby, I would not be staying in the house. Sorry. Okay, I know you want to stay there for filming purposes because you're telling everybody that was your home, but baby, the season is over now. Pack your gather your things and get out of this house. Okay, I wouldn't even try to qualify for it because $8 million. Think about the taxes on how much that's going to be a year. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. It's just you and PJ. Girl, move out of the house. All right. Move out. That's it, guys, for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed every single solitary subject that we went over today. I didn't mean to hold you guys this long, but I had a lot of stuff I wanted to give you guys, especially for this Nolan Wells case. We're going to stay on the ass. Right. Right, we're gonna stay on their asses, and anything that we run up on, I'm gonna definitely share with you guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you to my top flight mods, Tiffany Thomas, Rose Olmstead, and True TV Podcast for modding. Thank you so much, Dr. Lily Young. I saw you in here. Thank you so much, Hey Peanut, if you were in here. Any other content creators? Those are my usuals. Thank y'all all for being here. All content creators for coming over and supporting. Thank you so much to all of my Caramellians for being in the chat as well as in the bushes. Y'all, please tap on that like. Please hype up this video. Please check me out on all publications on the Caramel Rail. Also, please check me out on our backup channel on the Rails World, okay? And I appreciate, again, you guys coming over and supporting. Y'all say, yes, Porsha, please let it go. Please let it go, child. It's too much, all right? But let's get out of here. Love you guys down. Until the next video, let's go.
Be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss. Out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. Wish I knew.
Losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. there's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.